was a rainy Thursday in May of 1939. My partner and I were starting to wonder what had happened to our crime-riddled city of Manhattan. It used to be that we never had a free moment to ourselves. Now here we are eating ham and cheese on rye, pondering things like why there seems to be no business for men like us. I stared at my sandwich, which had now become quite soggy in the way sandwiches will do after being in a humid environment for a long period of time. The rain seemed to be deafeningly loud outside. I was about to give in to my temptations and head home to my small apartment early when Angelica, our secretary, walked through the door.
Detective Manley, there's someone here to see you.
Show them in.
Although I have no idea why they'd be coming after me, because I really don't know anything, honest. I just knew that he wasn't the typical run-of-the-mill guy. I mean, he practically raised me. I never thought he ran with a particularly bad crowd. And I always felt bad for letting Mikey down. He was a good older brother, and he always took good care of me. It's just, and I shouldn't complain, it's just when a couple of dead beats break into your house in the middle of the night and kill your brother, you gotta wonder. I mean, come on, you must see it coming, right?
Sure.
So, anyway, they've been following me around for the past 2 or 3 days, and I just can't seem to shake them. They follow me around in that stupid car. I hate it. So, what can you do for me?
Well, Miss
Fontaine, Vicky Fontaine.
Well, Miss Fontaine, you gotta fill me up. I'm a little in the dark here.
Okay, can we go somewhere where we can get a bite to eat? I'm starving.
Sure. See you later, Rick.
Are you going to take her to Barbara's place? I think she'd find it interesting there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks. Bye.
Starts glowing, and your aimless heart knows where it's going. Where is that
Naturally, when he died, you were the first person I thought of. He was a good man who just got in way over his head.
So, let me get this straight. He was a detective and he was assigned to a murder case. He was really close. He was about to pinpoint the suspect, and the murderer knew that. So the murderers thought it would be better to get him out of the picture.
Good. Yes, something like that.
So do you know what case he was working on?
Let's see. I think it was a professor at the university. Yeah, that's right. He almost had motive and suspect. Poor Mikey would never be able to finish.
We need to get a hold of the files on that case before we can go.
Hey, Johnny, nice of you to stop by.
You sounded great out there.
Thanks, babe. Hi, I'm Barbara, and you are?
Vicky, Johnny's helping me with something. How do you two know each other?
Oh, we're engaged. We're getting married in August.
How nice.
Oh, listen, I gotta go back on, but I'll be off late tonight, so I'll call you tomorrow, okay?
Okay. Well, I guess we better pick this up in the morning.
Wait a second. You can't expect me to go back to my house, okay?
I guess not. I will set Mother Barbara's house. She won't mind. She's a nice gal. Will that be okay?
I guess so.
To satisfy in writing, man wanted, no Peter Pan wanted, these ain't no kitty toys, the boys need not apply.
Those files you've been looking for, let me tell you, I had the hardest time finding these. They were all the way at the federal building office in the basement, with all the other X-files. You know the files that were never completed?
Aha, here it is. Case of Professor of Chemistry, Dr. Franklin T. Hinkle's murder. I knew it was here somewhere. Married for 3 months to Petunia Lane. No children and no previous marriages. It says here that he was brutally murdered in the laboratories Wednesday, March 13th, 1939. He suffered 12 stab wounds to the chest and back. The motive behind the murder was never discovered, but I guess Mickey was really close to finding the murder, because he obviously got killed for it.
That's exactly what Vicky said. She said that he was just about to nail someone. She knew he was close, but he died before he could finish. I wonder what he stumbled across while he was writing that report.
About that. It was all in the newspapers. This guy was stumbled across by one of his students. The kid freaks and screams bloody murder. A little while later, the police show up. The poor kid was admitted to the psych ward after that.
We should go visit Hinkle's office. What do you think?
Good thinking. You're using your brain. Learning quickly. Go ahead home. I'll close up. And Elka, we don't need you about until noon tomorrow, so you can take the half day off.
Thanks, Detective Manley! Shopping!
Okay, listen, I have one thing to say. It's going to be hard solving this case. It's an old case, and a lot of evidence has been lost in the vault or even if thrown away.
Yeah, it sure is. See you later, Rick.
Have a good sleep, John.
Hi, Vicky. There's still some tea on the stove if you want it.
Thanks, you didn't have to do that.
Well, sure I did. I'm used to it by now. Johnny always has somebody staying in my place. I don't mind. I love meeting new people. Oh, Johnny called. He said that him and Rick are going down to the crime scene in case that your brother was working out if you want to go. You can stay here all day if you want, but I have to leave for practice at 5.
Thanks, I think I'll go with the boys.
Cute. I choose guys I'm an engaged woman. I've seen the way Bert just looks at you. He's a nice guy, don't you think?
What I meant is that I'd feel safer with someone around a gun. I mean, it's pretty scary, I must admit. I was taking a huge leap when I decided to talk to Manley.
I don't blame you. Well, after all you've been through, it must be pretty scary being alone. But Manley won't let you down.
Just
Hey, look, it's a pen.
good job, Sherlock.
From the looks of it, it might have been Hinkle's. I wonder what it was used for.
That's smart. That's a notebook. The last entry was on December 13th, 1983. 38. That means he was killed when he was writing on this page. And then the next page is torn out.
I don't see anything worthwhile.
Well, of course. Do you think the murderer would let Hinckley leave any signs of any kind? No. But I'm positive that Professor Hinkle did try to leave a sign. Something important for someone to see. And we are going to recover that.
That's what my pap used to say, and I try to live his way. You can't by Monday on a Sunday. Can't buy 3 o'clock at 2. I'm living one day at a time. So I do my Monday thinking Monday. I put off Tuesday till it's due. I'm living one day at a time.
How long have you two known each other? About a year. She's great.
Hey guys, nice to see you here.
What a pleasant surprise. And who's your friend here?
This is my boyfriend. He's a doctor.
Hi, I'm Gilbert, and you must be Detective Manley. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine. Why don't you sit with us?
Of course, how fun. So, where'd you find Hinkle's map?
There was a notebook that we think Hinkle wrote him before he died.
Well, the paper's ripped out.
Oh, I see.
Excuse me, but by any chance are you talking about the professor that was murdered in Markham here?
Yeah, why? Do you know anything about him?
Well, actually, I was a pathologist that did the autopsy. It was a pretty brutal murder, so I remember it very vividly.
We might need to take you up on it.
Feel free.
Wasn't Barbara supposed to be on at 7:20? It's already 7.
Well, Beth and I came here to give Barbara her 10-minute warning, and she said she'd be a little late, so we left. But then it was 15 minutes too late, so we got worried and we came back.
The door was open. We knocked and it pushed open. That's when we saw her lying there. Then Dolly screamed. You all came. We haven't even been in the room.
Okay, just get some water. We'll interview you later.
I'll go help.
Brooke, what can I do?
Get the doctor for Barbara now.
She's been gone about half an hour, I'd say. I'll know for sure once I do an autopsy, but it looks like she was shot right through the heart.
Hey, look at this.
What's it say?
Detective Manley, back off or you're next.
Everyone else come with me. We've got work to do.
Okay.
Where's that specialist? She was supposed to be here 10 minutes ago.
May I help you, ma'am?
Are you Detective Manley? Detective Manley, Jane McIntyre.
Are you the specialist?
Yes, you seem surprised. A woman can do a man's job.
Okay, we have a rubbing read done, and it looks like somebody tried to write something on the page before this one.
Well, I'll see what I can do. Well, there you have it. Pet, whatever that means. Probably has something to do with someone's pet. I don't know. Anyway, is that all you needed?
Yeah, thanks. My secretary will take care of the building. She'll show you out. Ahem, my secretary will show you out. What in the world does that mean?
I know. It's the only logical answer.
Well, what is it?
Wow, I'm so smart. Listen, he must have loved his pets very much and wanted to be sure it was taken care of after he died. That's why he wrote it down. He wanted to make sure little Pookie wasn't forgotten.
Pookie? I have the strangest feeling that this has nothing to do with Pookie.
I think you're right, Rick, but I still don't know what.
Maybe it stands for something else. You know, 3 different words starting with P-E-T.
I see what you mean. I see what you're getting at. An acronym. But I don't know what that would mean.
I know. Pookie eats treats.
Oh, brother.
I was kidding.
Sure you are.
Gosh, humor is lost with you people.
Each of you take one of these and a pen, and we'll meet here back at 7 o'clock. I know we are on the verge of something.
Do we have to do this?
Manley.
Hi, this is Gilbert. I finished the autopsy and I got the bullet for you.
Thanks. Can I ask you one more favor?
Sure.
Could you bring the bullet from the body of Michael Fontaine when you come?
Sure, I think I could get a hold of that. I'll be there in a minute.
Vicky, can you get Miss McIntyre on the phone and tell her we have 2 bullets we need analyzed?
What does that mean?
We're going to see if they came from the same gun.
All right.
Have you come up with anything? I have nothing so far. However, I was thinking that it could be more than an acronym. It could be initials to someone's name.
That's what I was thinking. Pookie Eden the third.
The joke is way too old.
I have the bullets for you. I don't know what they're going to tell you, though. They seem pretty messed up.
Okay, thanks.
Let's see those bullets. I have an important schedule to keep. I would pretty much guarantee that these came from the same gun. I'd be able to tell if I had a powerful microscope. I can know for sure. But as I said, I can almost guarantee that the same gun produced both these bullets.
Thank you, Mrs. McIntyre.
If that's all you folks need, then I have another appointment to be at. Call me if you need anything else.
I saw some of the cutest flowers on the way here. I thought we should get some. I saw some petunias with daffodils. I love spring.
Good idea. My mom used to have flowers all over our house when I was younger. It was so nice.
Wait a second. What kind of flowers did you see?
Roses and daffodils.
Professor's wife's name. Petunia. He must have died before he could finish the word.
Maybe we should go talk to her. She might know something.
But why would he write her name on the notebook?
Maybe he wanted to write something to her, like, I love you or something.
Whatever it meant, we still have to visit her. You were the wife of the professor at the university, correct?
Yeah, I was.
Can we come in and ask you some questions?
Sure. Come on in. Can I get you anything to drink?
No, thank you.
So what can I help you find trouble with today?
We need to ask you questions about your husband and any problems he had at school.
Okay. So,
Did your husband have any enemies? Or people that would like to kill him?
I don't think so. I suppose any of the students will want to do him harm if he graded a test wrong or something like that. But he was very fair about things like that. He would grade tests 2 or 3 times even, just to make sure that there were no mistakes on his part.
How long did you know Hinkle before you guys got married?
It's a short time, only about 3 months.
That's it? How'd you guys meet?
We met out in a nursery. I was buying a gardenia, and he was buying a fern for next student. Yeah.
You have a magnificent garden out here.
Any roses, or you had some roses or daisies?
Yeah.
Irregular ones?
Yeah.
Did Professor ever use them in any of his experiments?
He did, and it made me so mad, but I think we finally came to an understanding, and I think he realized how important my plans were to me.
Well, thank you for your time. I think we better be going now.
All right, you're welcome anytime, and please don't step on the impatiens on your way out.
Dick.
What do you know about the date March 31st?
There were red roses. I gave my mom them. I gave my mom red roses.
No, okay. Do you know anything else about it? Anything, I would say, important?
I just gave my mom red roses.
Okay, do you remember your school?
Yeah, I remember my school. There was this big this thing, and then I would go down the slide, and my friend Timmy, Timmy, we once
no,
got
not that school. College, the university. Do you remember?
football. Yeah, I took 2 classes my first year. I played football, and I did science.
Do you remember there was one more class?
You guess.
Was it biology?
Yeah, you got it.
Who was your professor?
My professor was a professor. I call him Professor Gill.
Professor Hinkle, right?
Oh yeah.
These roses, were they, red, dark red?
They were dark. They were as dark as blood. There's blood everywhere. There's blood everywhere. There's blood everywhere. It was all over the floor, all over me, all over him, and all over my shoes, all over my sneakers.
Whose body?
There's blood everywhere.
Whose body?
Professor Hinkle. There's blood.
Okay, I don't think we can get anything outside.
There's blood everywhere.
Here's what we know so far.
Well, Mrs. Hinkle is sure a nice lady, huh?
A little bit too nice for me. And she was overprotective of her flowers.
I noticed that, especially when we were leaving. She warned us about her impatience.
The person that really scared me was our Mr. Dick Anderson.
Scary character. Gil, could there really be that much blood?
Whoever murdered him cut the right arteries, then sure, absolutely. In fact, I remember getting Hinkle and realizing he was almost completely drained of body fluid.
Here's what we know. Professor Hinkle was killed by stab wounds. And Barbara and Mikey were killed of gunshot wounds. Then, if they were murdered by the same person, why didn't they use all the same weapons in all the murders?
Maybe the knife was too sloppy.
No, I think the murders were done by 2 different people.
You mean it's just a coincidence that all of them died in connection with each other?
The person who murdered Hinkle hired someone to murder the other 2.
So who's following Vicky then?
The hired people, most likely.
So I wonder how much Mikey's life was worth.
Probably cost the murderer a pretty penny.
We also know that there was no one around during the murders, so there was no witnesses.
Right?
So what we have to do now is go through all the possible murder suspects.
The possibility is Dick, but I'm sure that if we go to his mother's house, she'd say he was with her all morning.
What about Mrs. Hinkle?
What
What's been wrong with her? She was too preoccupied with those plants of hers.
I know. Wait a second. Wasn't there a woman that killed her husband for accidentally ruining her flower beds? What's her name again?
I remember that. It was about 10 years ago, right? Didn't they name her the Flower Girl or something?
Wait, I still have her criminal records on my desk. Let me go get them. Rose Lane. Murdered her husband over dispute about flower garden. Admitted to psychiatric center. Undefined period of time for observation and medication. Approach under extreme caution and with a sufficient backup. Notify nearest police if seen and call FBI. She was let out of prison of good behavior.
Tanya's last name is Lane. Think there's a connection? Maybe they're sisters.
I don't think they are sisters. I think they are I think they are the same person.
What?
From Rose to Petunia? That's interesting.
Well, can't you arrest her?
Not really, not yet. Go and get some actual evidence that she murdered him.
Wait a minute, I don't think that would be such a good idea.
Why not?
Because of this. Approach with extreme caution.
We have no choice. Remember the letter? She said, back off or you're next. And we haven't really backed off.
Well, what did you have in mind?
This is what I suggest.
Hi, Detective Manley.
I was wondering if I could ask some more questions.
Oh, sure. Help yourself. Come on. Would you like some lemonade?
Sure.
Have a seat.
No thanks. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me.
Doing?
You know that saying, she loves me not? You don't mind.
No.
She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. Whoa!
You have the right to remain silent.
Yeah, I know.
Anything you say will.
I need your caress, your fabulous lips, your voice saying yes. How could I replace the light that lights your face?
Oh, Johnny really nailed it.
It wasn't me. It was all of us. I just wish that Barbara was here to see us now.
I'm so sorry I brought this on all of you. I didn't know who to turn to.
Don't feel sorry. It comes in with the job.
I realized that being the private eye detective was all about. It wasn't about getting more hands and those right. It was about taking risks and living out in the full society.